Hi guys and welcome. Hope you're all doing well. Today we have a Battle of the Bands video between two thrash metal bands from different era though. And we're talking about Slayer from one hand and The Haunted from the other hand. Slayer started in 81, I think they were formed, and they released their first album in 83, Show No Mercy, while The Haunted, they were formed in 96. After At the Gates, they were disbanded. Three members of At the Gates, they formed The Haunted, and they released their first album in 98. So we see they have 15 years difference, their debut albums. So we can say that they're bands from different era, with different ideas, different playing style. We see Slayer, of course, they had always very good drummers like Dave Lombardo, legendary drummer, and Paul Bostaph. While The Haunted, the drummers, they were a bit more groovy, faster, not that big names. Guitars on Slayer, they have a lot of solos, while The Haunted is different. They have more groovy and chuggy riffs. It's gonna be very interesting. Let's get started. I will explain the rules. We compare the albums, the first album from both bands. The winner gets 2 points, loser nothing. If one band has more albums than the other one, we'll get 1 extra point for every extra album they released. In today's case, Slayer, they have 11 studio albums. Let's count to be sure. Yes. And from the other hand, The Haunted, they have 10. So we already know that Slayer, they're gonna get 1 extra point at the end. And let's get started. So, first album for Slayer, we have Show No Mercy, debut album. And from the other hand, we have The Haunted. Both albums, very important for thrash metal. Slayer, we see a lot of influence from Venom, a lot of satanic themes, and a little bit faster. So it's very important for thrash metal, this album. But from the other hand, we have The Haunted. For me, is very important, this album, the first album, not because it's so good and so quality songs. It's because the time that was released, that thrash metal was dying. All the big thrash metal bands, they were experimenting with their sound. And this album set up new standards on thrash metal, show them that still thrash metal has a lot to give. Great guitar works, amazing riffs, super fast songs, production killer, although was recorded live in the studio to give a different vibe. It was amazing. Honestly, for me, this album from The Haunted is the winner, and I think it's one of the best thrash metal albums. An album that is very high, very close to Rain in Blood, I could say, and definitely is the winner between this battle. So I'll pick up The Haunted as the winner, so we're gonna put 2 points for The Haunted. We'll go with the next one. Next one from Slayer, we have Hell Awaits versus The Haunted, Made Me Do It. A big improvement from Slayer. Title track Hell Awaits is one of their trademark songs. Faster, still very dark themes, satanic. From the other hand, The Haunted with Made Me Do It is even brilliant album, like the first one, fast. They have a little bit more slower songs, but super amazing riffs, melodic, a lot of slower songs, but great songwriting. For me, I will go with The Haunted again. I love this album. The first two albums from The Haunted is one of the best in thrash metal, in my opinion. So I will pick a winner, The Haunted again as the winner. So we're gonna put another 2 points for The Haunted. Then we have Slayer, Rain in Blood, against The Haunted. One Kill Wonder. What can we say for this one? We have, in my opinion, the best thrash metal album of all time. Anything I can say could feel like an understatement for this album. Speed, ferocity, aggressiveness. Yeah, what can we say about the drumming, about the guitars? Very dark themes. Yeah. From the other hand, One Kill Wonder is a good album. Not good like the first two from The Haunted, but when you go against the best thrash metal album of all time, yeah, not much to say. So winner for this one, Slayer, Rain in Blood. So we're gonna put 2 points for Slayer. Next one, we have South of Heaven against Revolver. Although I like Revolver because we have the return of Peter Dolving since the first album on the vocals, and they have some great songs there, especially 99, very groovy song. And Slayer, South of Heaven, is a different album than Rain in Blood. Is not that fast, still has a lot of fast songs, like Ghost of War, Silent Scream, but title track, South of Heaven, one of their best ever, and I think I'm gonna go with Slayer as a winner. South of Heaven is a great album, so we're gonna put 2 points for Slayer. Next one, Slayer, we have Seasons in the Abyss against The Dead Eye from The Haunted. Very heavy production on The Dead Eye, but they start to experiment a little bit with their sound, some little groovy elements with a little bit industrial kind of sounds. From the other hand, I think we have an even better album than South of Heaven, Seasons in the Abyss. Has some great songs, War Ensemble, Spirit in Black, Dead Skin Mask, Hallowed Point, Seasons in the Abyss, of course, title track with amazing Dave Lombardo. Yeah, I think we have a clear winner here. I will go with Slayer, Seasons in the Abyss. Is a way better album than The Haunted Dead Eye. So we're gonna put 2 points for Slayer. Next one, we have Divine Intervention versus from The Haunted. So The Haunted, they recorded this album live again, like they did with the first one. They wanted to do it that way to give more raw sound, make it more aggressive. Sounds good to me. has a couple of good songs as well. From the other hand, we have Divine Intervention, first album with Paul Bostaph on drums after Dave Lombardo left, and he played amazing, full of energy, this album. They have great tracks like Killing Fields, Ditto Head, Serenity in Murder, 213, Mind Control. I really like this album, and I think it's the winner between Versus from The Haunted. So I'm gonna put another 2 points for Slayer. Now, what we have: Slayer, Diabolus in Musica versus Unseen. Both these albums, they're the worst for every band, in my opinion, of course. Yeah, I think Diabolus in Musica was the worst Slayer album. Yeah, I had a couple of songs good, but they experimented a lot. They put a lot of nu metal elements in their sound. We have to say that Diabolus in Musica released in '98, while The Haunted released their debut album back then. So you could see already that Slayer, they had so many good albums before, and then they started to experiment with their sound. And from the other hand, we have Unseen, the most, let's say, experimental album from The Haunted. I didn't like it at all. I think it was a very big letdown for the band. Yeah. But if we have to compare two bad albums here, I think I would go with Slayer as a winner, Diabolus in Musica, because still has a little bit better songs, still is a little bit more thrashy than Unseen, and I would pick it anytime against Unseen. So for me, winner Diabolus in Musica, and I'm gonna put 2 points for Slayer. Next one. Slayer, God Hates Us All versus The Haunted, Exit Wounds. We have the comeback from The Haunted with Ola Englund on guitars, fresh sound, very thrashy, very heavy as well. I loved it, this album, I liked it a lot. From the other hand, Slayer, they make their sound more aggressive, still nu metal elements inside, but Paul Bostaph elevates his playing, the guitars, very heavy production, a lot of distortion, have some great tracks there, Disciple, New Faith, great production. I love the production from Slayer, but I have to say I will pick The Haunted as the winner, because that Exit Wounds album is great. It's amazing. I think I ranked it third on my The Haunted album ranking. Has great songs, super heavy production, fast songs, amazing. So as a winner, I'll go with The Haunted this time, and I'll put 2 points for The Haunted. Next one we have Slayer, Christ Illusion against Strength in Numbers. We have Dave Lombardo coming back, I think this time as a session member, not as permanent. From The Haunted, let's say we have a continue of Exit Wounds, but a little bit more groovy, more slower songs. I think they lose a little bit of quality on this one, not much, but still they are in the thrash sound, but not as good as the previous one. Brute Force and Spark, I think, very good tracks from them. But from the other hand, Fleshstorm is like a classic Slayer song that could easily be found in albums like South of Heaven or Seasons in the Abyss. They have some groovy songs as well, Skeleton Christ, Catalyst, Jihad. I have to say that I prefer, not by much, but still I prefer Slayer, Christ Illusion, a little bit better than Strength in Numbers. So my winner of this one is Slayer, Christ Illusion. So I will put 2 points for Slayer. Then we have Slayer, World Painted Blood versus The Haunted, Songs of the Last Resort, the final album of The Haunted. Slayer. I like a lot the title track, World Painted Blood, Unit 731, Snuff, Psychopathy Red, very thrashy. But for some reason, the production sounds a little bit repetitive to me. I still listen to this album, but I don't enjoy it much. From the other hand, we have the final album of The Haunted, Warhead, In Fire Reborn. Still, it wasn't great as well. They're very close, this album, to be honest. Very close. I haven't listened much to The Haunted, to be honest. Definitely I need to listen more, and yeah, maybe if I do that, maybe my result will be different. But for today, I think I will go with The Haunted a little bit. Just for a little bit, I'll give it to them for this one. So as a winner, I will go with The Haunted on this one. Songs of Last Resort. So we'll put another 2 points for The Haunted. And then we don't have any albums for The Haunted, and we have one more album for Slayer, Repentless. So we're gonna give 1 point for Slayer. So let's see Slayer. In total we have 13 points, and let's see The Haunted. We have 8 points. So Slayer are the winners of this one. 13 points against 8 of The Haunted. As I said, the strongest albums of The Haunted, definitely the first, we could say 3-4 of them, and then after they start experimenting, Exit Wounds is a very strong album. From Slayer, very strong albums are from Raining Blood, I think, up to Divine Intervention is a good run of very good albums. And then we have God Hates Us All and Christ Illusion, still high quality albums as well. So even though that they're in different eras, still Slayer for me are the best thrash metal band there. They have produced and recorded amazing albums, albums that stayed in the history of not only thrash metal and on metal in general. From the other hand, as I said, the Haunted, the first two albums, I think as the years goes, they're gonna be iconic albums as well, because they're almost 20 years, almost 30 years old, the first album of the Haunted, and still holds on very well, because it has fresh sound, great guitar riffs, and yeah, I reckon even the years passing, they're gonna be a more iconic thrash metal album in the history of thrash metal as well. That was the Battle of the Bands. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. You don't have to pay nothing, of course, it's free. And leave a comment about your thoughts, these two bands. What do you say? Who would you choose as a winner, Slayer, or you prefer the Haunted? And until next time, see you. Bye.